Ty Spiritual, and I'm back with another video, man. Simple. Now, no more games. Wake up and ascend. This video is going to be a wake-up call. Hopefully, many see this as a wake-up call. That are aspiring to be spiritual, raise their vibrational frequency, and activate themselves, activate their pineal gland, open their third eye, etc. This video is going to be a wake-up call. Now, let's make something clear. I'm not perfect when it comes to spirituality. I'm not perfect when it comes to always doing the things that I need to do. I'm not, all right? But here's the thing. Spiritual awakening happens in phases. Activating yourself happens in phases. It does not happen all at once. When you first learn about spirituality, it can be very easy to devote most of your attention to it. It can, because it's all flashy, it's all new. You hear these things, past lives, third eye. You hear things, auras. You hear these things, energy, dimensions. You hear these things. These things can be flashy, and it's very easy to give all your attention or most of your attention to it in the beginning. But what about after all that hype wears off? What about that? You see, I say it happens in phases because it does. You have the beginning where everything is all flashy and everything is all new to you. Then you have the middle where things aren't really as flashy anymore, but they're still kind of flashy, and you're starting to implement these things into your everyday life. And then you have the third phase, which is the phase where many people should be at right now, especially if you've been watching me, because that means you've been on your spiritual journey for almost at least 2 years or more, because this channel is that old. The third phase, things aren't really as flashy to you anymore, but you're close to activating yourself and you're close to awakening. But here's the thing about that third phase. It can be very easy to drag your feet in that third phase because these things aren't as flashy to you anymore. You have I'll use the word, good understanding of spirituality. You have in-depth awareness of the matrix. You do. So in this phase, it can be easy to start doing things that you know you should not be doing, or you know that are holding you back, regardless what they are. It's easy to do those things, okay? I'm making this video to give you that push in the back, all right? And this video is not even just for everybody that's watching. This video is for myself as a reminder. Don't drag your feet right now. No more games. Get serious, wake up, and ascend. I'm not saying you got to be perfect. I'm saying take this seriously. Don't drag your feet. Many people are very close to where they want to be spiritually, but they're dragging their feet a little bit. It's taking a little time to get there, a lot longer to get there than it should, because they're dragging their feet. Stop eating things that you know you shouldn't be eating. Stop drinking things you know you shouldn't be drinking. Stop watching things you know that are holding you back. All right? Again, this is not to make anybody feel guilty. This is not to put anybody down. But if you know certain things are holding you back, it's really time to let those things go. Now, moving on to the Matrix right now. The Matrix is crazy. The Matrix is always going to be crazy. And it's going to be even worse after this ascension is over in the next 40 to 50 years. For those that are just watching this content, I have videos on this 5D ascension, 50-year deadline. Research it, scroll my channel, you'll find a video Spiritual Pharaoh has as well, because I know new people are watching. But this ascension is going to be complete within the next 40 to 50 years, and this matrix is going to be worse even after all that is over. Now, why did I bring up the matrix? Everybody that's on the internet sees what's happening right now with this whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing, this whole race war thing, a lot of division, all right? Let me tell you something. The sad thing is things like that are going to continue to happen. They are, because it's all a hidden agenda. The hidden agenda is division, keeping people separate. They don't want people to come together, because when people come together, there's power, there's unity there. They don't want that, all right? So, at least for a few days, I say a week, because I'm finna do the exact same thing. All this matrix stuff, push to the side. All that, just push that to the side. Like I told you guys, being aware of the matrix and what's happening around you is very, very crucial and very key. But Don't let that become more crucial than working on yourself, learning actual spiritual information, okay? So for at least a few days, put that matrix stuff to the side. Put it to the side. Research into spiritual things. Research into dimensions. Make sure you're meditating every day. Make sure you're grounding every day. At least for a few days, make this your mindset, okay? Don't get caught up in the matrix to the point where it becomes more important. Learning about the matrix and all these crazy things happening in the world becomes more important than going within yourself and raising your own vibrational frequency, because the matrix can become a distraction to working on yourself spiritually. That can happen. That is happening to a lot of people. All right? Many of you are close to where you want to be. Stop dragging your feet. Get it together. Develop a spiritual foundation. Work on yourself. All right? It's very easy after you've been spiritually aware for a while. Hold up. It's very easy to start dragging your feet after you experience a few things, after you've raised your vibrational frequency enough, because now you have validation. Now you've tapped into things that the average person can't tap into. You've become aware of certain things that the average person is not aware to. Don't let that cause you to drag your feet though. You've been putting in all this work to activate yourself, wake up yourself. You've been putting in all this work. You got a little bit, you made a little bit of progress, experienced something, and you're dragging your feet now. You see, let me tell you something. When you're new to spirituality and you haven't experienced anything, you're hungry for it. You're hungry to experience something. Because you're hearing all these things people are saying past lives, sensing energy, things like that. You're hearing these things, so you're hungry for it. You've never had those experiences. So the urge and the drive to get to that point is, what's the word I'm looking for? More intense. But once you experience something, now you've had a taste of it. It's easy to become not as hungry as you used to be to raise your vibrational frequency, because you've achieved something now. You've experienced something now. Keep that same drive you had in the beginning to awaken yourself. Think back. If you've been spiritual for a while, think back to how you felt about spirituality and want to experience things in the beginning. Now, I'm not saying focus on these things so much to the point where you start going within yourself, you try to force an experience. No. What I'm saying is recapture that same passion, intensity, and urge and desire to activate yourself that you had in the beginning. Okay? Give you another example. People be together, relationship. In the beginning, it's all new, it's all flashy, it's all great. After a year, 2 years, it can become normal. That's why people say they have to spice things up, do things differently. You may have to do that same thing when it comes to awakening yourself spiritually. Do things differently. Research the things out of your current understanding. Recapture that same urge, fire, and dedication that you had in the beginning. Because I've heard many people say this. I've heard Spiritual Soul say it. Hold up. Son trying to run from me. I've heard Spiritual Soul say it. Man, I used to be so tapped in. I used to be so consistent. But now it's like I'm stuck. Like I'm just doing all these things I know I shouldn't be doing. Recapture that same fire. And how do you do that? How do you do that? Think back to those times. If you got videos, you got YouTube videos, go back and look at those videos and pay attention to how your energy was back then. Okay? This is something that many people will go through. Okay? Lack of motivation, complacency, being comfortable because they started to experience certain things. Don't become comfortable. Don't become comfortable. You only experience what you are ready for. Okay? So never think you've experienced everything. I'm going to say that again. You only experience what you're ready for. You only recall what you're ready for. So don't make, just because you recall that, make you think that you've experienced everything. because you have not. You haven't. Your higher self is guiding you. It's ahead. Spiritual Pharaoh made a perfect analogy. It's ahead. You're right here. It has hindsight. It's guiding you. You right here may be comfortable. Up here, no, it's way more we have to do here. It's way more. It's there for you. It's trying to wake you up. All right? So this video is just motivation to get you guys excited about spirituality again. Remember, spirituality, if you want to grow spiritually, spirituality must not be a source of entertainment for you. It must be a way of life for you, okay? But it can be fun. Getting in nature can be fun, all right? So don't become complacent. No more games. You know things are holding you back. Let them go. Let them go. This planet needs you. This ascension needs you. But most importantly, you up here that's guiding you needs you. All right? You are what's most important. You. Awakening yourself is what's most important. So if you can't help people, if people you're trying to give this information to, they won't wake up, so be it. You are what's most important. All right? One thing you guys can do, when you first wake up, the first 20 minutes after you wake up is very, very key. All right? Those first 20 minutes, meditate. Those first 20 minutes, go outside, ground yourself, no electronics. That helps set the tone for your day, okay? Many people, they just wake up, get right on the phone. I'm not saying that's a bad or good thing. They get right on the phone, start researching things, get into drama and all the things about social media, what's on the trending tab. They do these things, all right? When you wake up those first 20 minutes, meditate. Meditate. Get in nature. Listen to some frequencies. Do something that will help you set the vibe and the tone for the day. All right? Another things you guys can do, listen, when you go to sleep, if you got a PlayStation, cut on YouTube. Cut on 432 hertz frequency or some binary beats and sleep to them. While you're sleeping, those frequencies are going in your body, okay? That will improve your sleep. Make sure you're not sleeping facing north either. When you sleep facing north, your blood has iron in it. When you're facing north, that iron gets pulled to your head. That's not something you want to happen. It can be harder to fall asleep that way. It can be. Make sure you're getting out in nature, grounded, at least 5 minutes a day. I say 30, at least 5 minutes a day. It may look hot because the sun is in my face right now, but it's at least around 50 degrees out here right now. And I still have my shoes off in the grass, grounded. I'm not saying you're going to be perfect. I'm not saying that. But let go of the things you know are holding you back, all right? I see a lot of people still talking about semen retention. I've made countless videos on that, countless videos. My thing is this: if you want to do that, cool. If you were doing that last year and you're still doing that this year, that means you did not progress. You did not progress. You should be past that, all right? You should be past that. If you want to do that, cool, like I said. But if you've been doing that last year and the year before that and the year before that and you're doing that again this year, that means you're not past that. Move past that. Don't allow that to hold you back anymore, all right? Still watching certain things you know you need to let go? Let those things go. Let them go. And I know that sounds simple. It sounds easy. But if you can't let things go altogether, well, first of all, you can let things go altogether. Start small, a few days, even one day. Push these things to the side. I see people saying they smoke weed, smoke weed, smoke weed. Listen, weed, that feeling you get when you smoke weed is limited. It's limited. It cannot compare to spiritual bliss. It cannot. Once you touch spiritual bliss through going within yourself and raising your vibrational frequency, you will understand that weed can't even compare. You will understand that. But you see, Some people may touch that, and then they'll allow themselves to digress. Now they start doing these things that got them to that bliss easier and faster, but limitedly. It's limited. So you have to keep doing it over and over and over again. You have to keep smoking over and over and over again. People are, and I just spoke about semen retention, people are addicted to sex and orgasms. You have to keep doing that over and over and over again because it's limited. But spiritual bliss is not limited. It's not. Okay? So anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Remember, we are all spiritual beings. I just wanted to give you guys some motivation. Remember, all these crazy things happening in the Matrix right now, you are what's most important. Be aware of those things, but make sure you're putting yourself first. That doesn't make you selfish. That doesn't. You are what's most important. You are what's most important. If you're not at your best, how can you help somebody else? If you're not awakened, how can you help awaken somebody else? How? If you're not taking spirituality serious, how can you help somebody else take spirituality serious? How? You can't. You are what's most important. No more games. Get serious. Get serious. All right? Many of you, you're very close to where you want to be. You're very close to, many of you are very close to where you want to be. Don't drag your feet. Don't drag your feet. Anyways, thank you guys all for watching. Hit that like button. If you have not, subscribe to the channel. Oh, I put a post up in my community about my anime room. If you guys want that video, if you want to see my anime room, whole tour, go to my community, leave a comment, like the post. All right? I see it's getting a lot of attention, so a lot of you guys want to see it. Most likely that video will drop next month on Christmas. I'll drop that video on Christmas, okay? But I need to know how many of you guys want to see it. So go to my community, like that post, comment. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. Ty Spiritual signing out, bro. Until we meet again. Oh, and for those that don't know what this means, watch Avatar. Watch Avatar. I see you.